Hey guys, I thought I would do a little bit of like a review, first impression, tutorial type thing with 3 newish products to me. One I've had for a couple of weeks now, and the other 2 I just got them yesterday. So I did an eye look for this green. It's like a green, olivey green smoky eye with some gold. It's really pretty. I really liked how it turned out. And then a new foundation and all that. So yeah, if you guys want to hear about the products that I'm going to be kind of doing a first impression about, or see the eye look that I did for this video, then I hope you keep watching. So I just did my normal eyeshadow. I always use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer push in an Eden. And then this color is new to me, not the formula, but this is the Revlon ColorStay Cream Eyeshadow in Pistachio, and this is like a sage green. It's really pretty, and I always feel like these are best used with your finger or with the brush that's included if you really want to pack it on your lid. So I always feel like that's how these are best used, but I've always had really good luck with these cream shadows. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a swatch for you guys on my arm. I'm not the best at swatching, but yeah, no, there it is. Oh my gosh, why did I swatch? I'm terrible, I tell you what, guys. So there it is. Just a really pretty sage green. So for the look, I just put this all over the lid, and not so much in the crease. I mostly just kept it all over the lid, and I put some on the lower lash line with for this cream shadow that I got here. And I like them by themselves. I like this one by itself. I think it's pretty by itself. I think it looks pretty paired up with these eyeshadows that I'm going to tell you about. Just because, I don't know, I like layering. So I think it looks pretty. And I got this color specifically for those eyeshadows so I could layer it. So far so good on that. That's a really good one. I really like all of those. I have 3 colors from them, and I haven't really been disappointed yet. So, okay, and then the next product that I used in the tutorial that I did is this Sephora I Love kit, and this is like the little, like a little tiny travel size eye kit, and I have the jewel toned ones just because they do have like some neutrals. They have like warm neutrals and cool neutrals, and they have like bright vivid colors. These ones are jewel toned colors, so got like a mix of warm and cool in there. So I wanted to get the jewel toned ones just because I have a ton of warm tone neutral shadows, and I figured this would just be kind of something fun to add into my other palettes, or a fun pop of color for the eyes for the day, which is basically what I did. So I can do some swatches of these, but this is what they look like in the pan. This is kind of like a bigger pan size for like a blending shade. The two, this purple and then this upper purple, they're not my favorite. They weren't like the easiest to work with, I feel like, and they're just a little patchy. So I'll do some swatches. Yeah, even in this swatch, it's just yeah, this purples are hard to formulate, but those are the only 2 that I'm disappointed in. Otherwise, the rest of these shadows are really good. I have, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this, you guys. What is, like when I put it on my arm, it doesn't look Like, it looks like I could like really... Oh, anyway, is this a good enough shot for you guys? So, there they are, the matte shadows anyway, the big blending. It's like a mauve, taupey purple, and then the other one is like a deep purple, and then we got kind of a burnt orange here, and a pretty, like, reddy orange color. Why do I suck at this? What? So, like, when I put them on my arm, it doesn't look like they would be like, it wouldn't be that hard to show you guys. But it is, clearly. This is too much. So, yes. I don't know why I keep trying. There. Alright. Let me attempt to do the shimmers here. The shimmers are really pretty. Like, they kind of have a gold undertone to them. So, they're almost like multi-dimensional type shadows, because if you like blend them out, you almost get that multi-dimensional look. Quite like them. And this blue shade, well, the very last shade, that's like a blue-green, that today was the first time I used it. And it looks, it's actually more foresty green than it looks in the pan. Like, in the pan, it kind of looks like it would be like a blue-green, kind of like, who makes that color? Lounge, Urban Decay. Kind of looks like it would be that, but it is. Nope. These are still not in the correct position. Oh, I'm terrible. So yeah, there's the last three shimmer shades here. A pink and a green, and then like a forest green, and they all have the pretty gold undertone. I like all the shimmer shades in here. Just those two purples, they were just kind of disappointing to me, but not enough for me to like completely hate the palette. They just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. When you get something from Sephora, you kind of want it to be like perfect, but those purples are definitely not perfect. Can you see them now? Brushes I used the Real Techniques Instant Pop, the crease brush. I used that on my lid for the light green shade. And then for the darker green shade, I used this, what is this company called? Am I having a pregnancy moment? Avon brush. So I have no idea if they still sell it. The brush I probably would have used in the tutorial is this Essence Smoky Eye brush. This one right here. So this is the dupable version of it. It's basically the same brush, but this one is just dirty right now. It has that burnt orange color on it, and I figured I didn't want that in the pretty shimmery green blue looking color. I just used this, but you can just, this is the same brush. So, and then I used this Lamora blending brush to kind of blend out the edges with nothing on it. And then I decided to take this translucent powder from Milani, this Prep Set and Glow. It has like a little bit of a glow to kind of blend out the edges a little bit more. And then I did end up putting this Essence Pure Nude as like my brow bone highlight, because there isn't a brow bone highlight in that palette, which is fine. It's fine. I mostly bought it to just kind of incorporate into other palettes or shadows that I have. That's mostly why I bought that, but I did put this Essence as my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight, so I did that off camera just because you see me do that a million times. And in the end, the highlight I use on my face, I usually end up using it as the highlight for my eyes, for my brow bone and inner corner, just because I like how it ties the look together. So I'm not mad that they don't have a highlighter type shade in there, but it may bother some other people. I think the reason why those palettes are so small is they think you will buy multiples and just kind of use them all, like pick a few shades from here and a few shades from there. So I'm thinking that's what Sephora's thought process was, but anyway, who knows. But it's still a pretty palette, still pretty colors, except for those two disappointments. And since the shadows all have like an underlying gold shimmer to them when you blend them out, I use the NYX gold eyeliner. What color is this called? This is called Glitzy Gold. So just put that in my waterline, and that was the only eyeliner I used. I didn't use any black liner or anything on my upper lash line or anything like that. Then I just used the two L'Oreal Voluminous primer and mascara. These are almost done. I did get some other new mascaras, but I'm not ready to use them yet, so I won't mention them in this video. I'll mention them when I'm ready to use them, but I did get some other mascaras to try out, and I think I'll probably toss these at the beginning of August. So I think they're pretty much, they're kind of getting there. So I feel like they are anyway. Alright, and then for my face, I got a new foundation because I am getting low on my other foundation, and it's not my favorite, and I bought it because I wanted to like kind of make my own cushion compact, and I ended up not doing that in the end. I ended up just using it like a regular foundation, and it was the L'Oreal True Match, and it's in that little Pore bottle, and it doesn't have a pump, and it's so annoying and a pain in the butt to use. So I'm not going to be sad when that thing is gone, but I did get a different L'Oreal foundation just because, I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting L'Oreal foundations. I don't know if it's because it's been pretty easy for me to find a color for me, like Maybelline. I feel like I can't find a color of a Maybelline foundation for the life of me. So, and it was kind of hard for me to find a color. Like, I kind of thought maybe 415 was my color. I have the color 415. I think this is like the color Rose Ivory is the color I have. And I kind of thought more than likely that would be my color, but I was trying to look at other colors and pretty much tried all the colors that were in the light range. And because at my Ulta they have testers, so I actually color matched myself, and I remember one of the workers came up to me and was like, "You doing okay with color matching?" I was in the Clinique section because they're by the windows in the natural light, and I was trying to see what it looked like in natural light, and I was like, "Yeah, actually it's a L'Oreal foundation. I was trying to come over to natural light." And she goes, "Well, the one on this side of your face looks seamless." So I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one I was gonna probably get." So it was between 415 and 405, and there's a shade in between them, but that shade's super yellow, and 405 was more pink, and this one's more pink for sure. That's like pink neutral. So anyway, today is my first impression of using this, and I've had this on since 10, and it is now 3:43, and it looks the same. I haven't done like a lot of strenuous work today. I went and picked up lunch for my aunt and I, so sat in a hot car waiting for it to cool down, and took some dog food to my mom because she has my dogs right now. And yeah, I've just been out running errands, but it feels really lightweight. It does have a fragrance, so it smells like baby powder. And so that's kind of like not so great, but that's okay. It doesn't like linger all day. I don't even smell it right now. So, and it does have a broad spectrum of SPF 25, but you know, there's no way that you're getting SPF 25 by the amount that you use this. And I did 3 layers, but I did really light layers just because I knew this was pretty full coverage. So I was just trying to go as light as possible and just kind of build up as I need. I used the It Cosmetics buffing brush first. I usually use a brush first anyway when I do foundation, because it gives me the most coverage, and then I'll go in with the sponge. But I did 2 layers with the brush, and then I did a layer with the sponge in my most. I always kind of start in my most, like, areas, problem areas. That's where I usually put the most coverage. So here, and just the center face area. And then I always try to make sure I get it blend down on my neck, just because if your face is completely, like, nice and perfect and smooth, and then your neck is like not, it's kind of obvious. So I always bring it back down on my neck, even if it's a perfect color match anyway. And this is pretty good. It's a pretty good color match. It looked pretty good in the car mirror. So yeah, so far I like it. I think the next time I try this, I'm going to try it with a hydrating primer, just because this foundation is so full coverage and matte that it is a little drying feeling going on. My face doesn't feel dry right now, and I don't feel like it's about to crack off or anything, but if you're someone with dry skin, like super dry skin, you may not like this as much, but I don't know, you'll just have to kind of play around with it. Some people can make stuff made for oily skin work for their dry skin by using like hydrating primers and mists and lotions and potions and all that kind of stuff. But I did use like a mattifying primer. I use this NYX pore filler. This, I don't know why I keep using it, because I feel like it makes my face so dry and like just dry feeling, but I don't know, I do have pores I like to fill, so I don't know. It's okay, it's just a little sample size. I got it for free. But I think I'm going to try a hydrating primer with it, so I think I'll try the NYX hydrating gel primer with it, just to see if it, if it doesn't feel as dry. It looks really good. It doesn't look dry on my skin. I have normal skin, so, I'm sure the oil is just, the oil that I am producing right now is just kind of mixing in with the foundation, kind of keeping it from being dry. But I also did use this Neutrogena's Sensitive Skin Liquid Face Sunscreen, and that is pretty mattifying on your skin. And this is a zinc-based sunscreen, which zinc-based sunscreens feel kind of drying anyway. I did use this NYX Bear With Me mist, which says I think it says it's like a hydrating, it helps hydrate your face, but it doesn't make you like oily or anything like that. I still feel very matte. I actually don't feel like any oil is really, like, my face, well, it feels a little tacky on my chin, but not really anything too bad. And I've had barbecue to eat and all kinds of stuff, so greasy food on top of it, and it still looks really good. And I still feel like my blush looks good, and bronzer and all that still looks good. So I mean, what I did today wasn't terrible. It's keeping the makeup on. It just felt a little drying at first. So it just felt a little uncomfortable at first. So I'll just play around and see. So otherwise, so far, so good. Alright guys, I figured I would do a check-in in the car in natural lighting, because you know how the car mirror, like your little mirror visor thing, is always the truth teller of what stuff looks like, and it looks pretty good. I did a really good job color matching myself, actually. Yeah, I did a really good job. I'm pretty proud. So far, so good. It is 11:44. 11:44. And I probably finished my makeup around 10:40, somewhere around there. So yeah, first check-in of the day in the car in natural. I'm so tired. Oh goodness. Alright, so I figured I would come in and do my last check-in for this foundation, and I'll talk about the eye makeup too, since it looks pretty good. I just woke up for my evening nap before I go to bed. You know how you do that? No, I didn't mean to take a nap actually. Alex and I had dinner and then we were letting our food digest and then we fell asleep. So the time now is 11:20 p.m. So the eye makeup looks good. There's no creasing whatsoever. Yeah, the lower lash line looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty good for sleeping in it. Maybe just a little fading, but this is the side I slept on, so it's probably why. The nose doesn't look terrible. It looks pretty dry. The forehead lines I didn't know I had. They look good. I mean, they don't look terrible either. I just never noticed I had those. Like, they don't look bad. So, I do typically have like a smile line here. That looks, you can't even see that really. It looks pretty good. Just some fading here, which is normal. And some fading on the cheeks here. So, I mean, I feel like I always put my foundation through the ringer when I'm sleeping. As my first impression review of the foundation, I really like it and I think I'm going to keep using it, and I'll probably use it all up and then I might repurchase it. I don't know. The color is actually really good match for me. This lighting looks really off in the viewfinder, so hopefully it doesn't translate too badly on the computer screen, but you guys kind of get the idea anyway. So, yeah, so far so good. The eyeshadow still looks pretty, even though I used the cream shadow underneath it. Didn't make it crease or anything like that. Again, I always use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion anyway, so, you know, that's probably a huge factor on why my eyeshadow always looks the same, because that stuff is a miracle. It's just expensive. It's just super expensive. It's a miracle. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you are interested in any of the products that I talked about, or if you're just curious, well, I guess curious and interested. I need to go to sleep. I need to take my shower and wash my hair because it's not really that clean right now. So, yeah, hopefully you guys found it helpful or entertaining or whatnot. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say, besides the fact that I'm exhausted still. So, and thirsty. I'm thirsty and my feet are swelling back up. So, alright guys, as always, live life in full bloom, and hopefully I will see you next week if I can get myself together and get these videos filmed and edited. Alright, bye!